Good evening. Well, I'm in downtown Manhattan this evening on my way to Milwaukee. You can probably see some quite American and New York symbols around me. And American election cycles are lengthy, far lengthier than ours. The election itself for the next presidential election won't take place until November 2024. But the parties are getting ready, particularly the Republican Party, and they have a big debate that is taking place in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and that takes place on Wednesday evening. There are lots of people who put their names forward to be president, but one of them is currently about 45 points ahead in the polls. It seems with every indictment that is served on Donald Trump, the Republican base rally ever more strongly around him, believing that the whole thing is a politically inspired witch hunt. And I have to say, I think, to many fair-minded observers, that is probably a pretty good analysis. So what is happening in Milwaukee matters because, though Donald Trump won't be there, and he cited Ronald Reagan. You know, Reagan, in the run-up to the '84 election, was so far ahead that he didn't attend the debates. But what does matter is who becomes the vice presidential candidate. And I would say this to you. In 2016, Mike Pence was picked as the VP running mate. And I think after those tapes came out, the Billy Bush tapes with some fairly scandalous comments, I think having a strong, committed, born-again Christian there as the vice presidential running mate did help Donald Trump in shoring up that support when some people, some of his supporters, were running for the hills. So it really matters who becomes the vice presidential candidate, and I have a feeling that in Milwaukee it becomes a little bit of a beauty contest for that. Ron DeSantis, of course, had been the clear challenger, thus far not had a great campaign. And somebody that I've been talking about and writing about that I think maybe could be very interesting is a guy called Vivek Ramaswamy. He's 38 years old, he's self-made, very successful, a huge believer in the American dream, and is more anti-woke corporatism than I am, if that's even possible or believable. Now, picking winners at this stage as to who's going to come through and become the VP running mate is like picking the winner of a horse race 6 months out. But I do think Vivek Ramaswamy is somebody to watch, and let's see how he performs in open debate up against the others on Wednesday evening.